Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Our city tomorrow is an ambitious, transformational plan for our capital city. It's a partnership between central government, Waka Kotahi, New Zealand Transport Agency, the Greater Wellington Regional Council, Wellington City Council, and our mana whenua partners, Ngāti Toa Rangatira and Taranaki Whānui. It brings together transport and urban development and sits alongside everything else that we're doing to create a resilient, inclusive, creative, green, sustainable city. Submissions for Let's Get Wellington Moving have now closed, but submissions are still open for the other two parts of the plan, the Council's district plan and Pōneke, our 10-year cycling plan. Submissions for these close on the 14th of December, so have your say now.
Our ambitious plan has three pillars. First, Let's Get Wellington Moving, mass rapid transit and state highway improvements. Sits alongside the already announced City Streets program. The submissions on mass rapid transit and state highway improvements have closed on the 10th of December, and I thank you for the incredible feedback. Still open for feedback until Tuesday the 14th of December is the draft district plan and the 10-year cycle network plan, Pōneke. These three pillars are integrated and together will deliver the much needed new housing, new transport system and an inclusive, prosperous, safe, low carbon city. The first pillar is Let's Get Wellington Moving. This supports a compact city with a high quality lifestyle where we move more people more conveniently and more comfortably and more sustainably. Public submissions on this closed on the 10th of December and we'll be now working through the feedback. We'll use what you've told us to help decide which option to choose and to move on to detailed design before construction. The second pillar is our new district plan, the first complete rewrite of our city plan for 21 years. The plan proposes ways to address both our housing and climate crises, and you have until Tuesday the 14th of December to give us feedback. The district plan provides for housing for the extra 50 to 80,000 people forecast to live in our capital city over the next 30 years. It provides opportunities for business and employment growth across our city. It does this through providing for urban intensification, especially targeted towards our central city and along the mass transit routes proposed under Let's Get Wellington Moving. Compact urban form and delivering growth along these routes underpins and is critical to investment in mass transit. And more people living in these areas in preference to a more spread out Wellington is also critical to high levels of walking, biking and public transport use and to a lower carbon future. And importantly, we're working closely with government on how these, working together, we can proactively deliver new housing along these routes. The third pillar is our 10-year cycle network plan, Pōneke. We plan an interconnected 147-kilometre network of safer bike and scooting routes to be delivered over the next decade. Cycleway plans will be integrated with public transport, safety and urban amenity plans, taking a whole-of-street approach across our city. The cycle network plan supports our objective of transport choice in a safe, low-carbon city. And again, there's until the 14th of December to give us feedback on this project. Wellington has risen to the challenge of city building milestones many times before. I'm going to give you two short illustrations. In the early days of our city, waterborne diseases like typhoid killed hundreds of people, mostly children. The city then faced a stark choice: the status quo of water from wells and bores contaminated by sewage from leaking cesspits, or build the city's first water and sewage systems. Our forebears, of course, made the choice of progress. Creating the city's first water and sewage systems was a direct response to those waterborne diseases. The Karori Water Reservoir was the first reticulated water system built in the 1870s, and then augmented in the early years of the 20th century by the second water reservoir. And in 1939, another bold and ambitious decision for our city. Residents agreed to invest over £100,000, that's about $10 million in today's money, in the Western Access Scheme to create a transport link which is now Bowen Street to the western suburbs. This led to further development of Karori and Northland and set the scene for other infrastructure investment across a growing city.
Today, together, we have our own opportunity to create the future that we want for our growing city and for its current and future residents. It sits alongside all the other mahi that we are doing in social, cultural and economic development, in resilience and in environmental restoration. We've had thousands of submissions already. Submissions on the Let's Get Wellington Moving part of the plan closed on the 10th of December, but submissions are still open until the 14th of December on the other two parts, the district plan and Pōneke, the cycleway network plan. Look, there'll be strong views from all sorts of different perspectives. I encourage everybody to get involved. It is your city, and I encourage people to do that with respect for other views and to test your own thinking. This is about us creating our future together. Hei waka, eke noa.